Right, here we are. This is the first day for Alaskan truck driver, released today. I've already done a couple of jobs. The main reason I've done them is because if you watched the previous live stream that I did with the pre-release beta test that we were doing, I already did 2 jobs on that. So I've already been to my base, or my headquarters, so you would already have seen me doing that. So I don't want to start off doing the same thing again, but I've found a job for my level of trucker, which is pretty basic because I've just started, and it's a trip all the way up to Prudhoe Bay. And the main reason I chose it is, yes, it gives me more money and reputation, but it also allows me to have a look at the Dalton Highway, since the developers say that they've put the delineators in. We're obviously not at winter time because we're right at the start of the game. So we've got a lot of travelling to do. It's going to be about 400 odd, best part of 500 miles north. Well, let's see if we can get it done, and let's see if the PC will hold up. That's the one thing I'm more interested in, to see whether the PC is going to crash out. Now, other thing to mention is tomorrow, which is my second day off, I will be connecting up my steering wheel to try the game with that. For the time being, I am just using the controller as I was on the beta test. So we've got the trailer hooked up. I think it's parcels that we're actually delivering, I think. So we're all set to go. So let's get in the truck. I've got the engine volume turned down. We've had a little pop-up there, I think. Right, so because this is a longer trip, this is the first time I've seen this logbook thing. So I'm going to hit the logbook, and it's asking me if I want to save the journey. Now, according to this, they give you 2 saves that you can make on the way north. That's if you want to quit and then restart your game the next day or something like that. So we won't bother with that at the moment. Let's just get the truck started. Put the ignition on. Now, there's another thing that I've noticed. One other thing I mentioned on the live stream was the fact about the camera resetting itself. Now, I never noticed the camera resetting itself on the beta version. I always felt I had to reset the camera myself. But according to today's update, the camera does reset itself, because you noticed it just done it there. Maybe it was doing it all the time and I never noticed it. But anyway, I've got the engine volume down quite low so that it shouldn't impeach in the commentary, so that people can hear me. So we're good to go. We just need to get out of this place. I've got the virtual mirrors turned off because for me they are still quite laggy. So let's get out and why did I think it was 500 miles? It's 1,000 miles. What made me say that? So you'll see that the steering is quite jerky with the controller. It's a lot smoother when you've got a steering wheel. So I'm going to find that out tomorrow. So it'll give us a chance to get it hooked up and do some testing. Let me just move the camera, and we'll see how long it takes to reset itself. It should there we go. It just takes longer than Fernbus Simulator. Right, and I presume those traffic lights are at red. So my main concern is that my PC doesn't crash out and restart. We're now at green. So now good to go. Yes, you also can get done for speeding. I found that out earlier on. So we are just going from spring into summer in the game. We're well away from autumn and winter. I just filled the tank up as well, so we've got a full tank of fuel. I should have plenty of food on board, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm finding that when I put the virtual mirrors on, it's a lot more choppy and laggy. We did have a pre-release patch that was done today. I was watching one of the guys earlier on this afternoon who had been given the game just prior to, maybe 3 or 4 hours prior to the actual release time on Steam, and he was doing some trips, and when he actually, I think he encountered a bug where he had to restart the game. But what actually happened was when he went back into Steam, he had a 30 odd gig download, which was an update, patch update for the game. And it looks as if we're getting a wee bit of bad weather moving in, maybe a spit of rain there. So we're down to a 25 mile an hour speed limit here, getting a bit misty. So I think we get possibly $16,000 for this. One other thing I've also found out, having done those couple of jobs earlier on prior to me starting the stream, is that you will lose value of the cargo as you go along your journey. You'll lose it if you're maybe going too fast, I think, and causing damage to the goods. So you've got to take it easy and not push it too much. And I'm going to need something to eat pretty soon, I think. In fact, I think we will need the wipers on. Let's see the camera resetting itself. Yeah, it just takes a second or two longer than I'm used to with Fernbus, but that's good. Maybe it was doing it all the time, and I just didn't give it enough time to kick in. But now that I know that it does it, then that's okay. So off we go. I'm sorry, my friend, I don't speak, if it's Polish that you're typing. I do not speak the language, my friend. Well, the one bit of good news is we are now down below 1,000 miles. Well, if we look at the top left-hand corner of the screen, according to my clock, it's only 1:20 in the afternoon, and you would think it was a winter's day. It's absolutely throwing it down with rain, and it's really quite dull. Down to a 25 mile an hour speed limit. Okay, I can understand that part. That's good. Now, what the hell's happened here? Have we got traffic lights here? Why is this guy just stopped in the middle of the road? This guy's doing nothing. There's no traffic lights or anything. He just stopped in the middle of the bloody road. Well, the AI clearly need to have some work done on them because they are definitely not behaving properly. I mean, I thought there was traffic lights or something there, and that guy had just decided to stop in the middle of the road and do nothing. We need to watch the speed limit is still only 25 here. I've been fined once already, maybe even twice. Now it doesn't really look as if it's raining a great deal. Let's put the wipers off and see what happens. Well, it looks as if it's clearing up a bit now. This truck's daring me to overtake it, and this is on the brow of a hill. This is not a good idea. Well, I presume we go through Coldfoot, and from Coldfoot northwards, then you should be on, shouldn't be long before we're on the Dalton Highway. Now, just above the GPS on the left hand side, the little mini map, you'll see that it says we are 727 miles still to go. We're stuck behind this traffic, that's holding us up. Oh, it's certainly nice landscapes. Obviously you see it a lot better in the bright sunshine. That's better. Now we can move on. Delta Junction, new discovery. Well, that's my stomach rumbling. I need to get something to eat. And I'm also tired, so we'll put that off. Put that off. Put the lights off. And we'll set about getting something to eat. Let's have a look. What do we want? Breakfast combo. Well, good evening to Coldest Pillow. I'm just getting my dinner. Excuse me. I'm getting my dinner. Oh, hang on, I've did the wrong bloody thing. Wait a minute. I need to go back in there because now, where's the one that I've just cooked? Hang on. Now, wait a minute. I'm trying to remember how you do this because I've cooked that meal there, but I can't find it. Uncooked, uncooked, uncooked. Instant soup, uncooked. What the hell have I done? Just bear with me to get my head round what the hell I'm doing here. Did I put it into that other one? Fried chicken, uncooked. Coolant pizza, frozen, uncooked. I cooked something there. Oh wait a minute, maybe I have to press. No, that isn't it. Ah, that's it. My breakfast combo. Right, so that's that. What else do I want? Now, why can't I cook that? Well, anyway, we won't worry about that. What I'll do is I will have a sleep. Now, what time of day is it? It's 4:45 in the afternoon, so we'll have the full 8 hours. We're heading up to Prudhoe Bay. Still got over 700 miles to go. That's not the way back into the cab. We should be 10 to 1 in the morning. Right, and we've got a spit of rain as well. Get the handbrake off. Get the ignition on. Get the lights on. Put them on full beam. Right. See, it's not heavy enough rain yet to use the wipers, so we'll leave that at that. Check that mirror. I haven't got obviously any buttons configured because I'm only using the controller, so I don't have indicators working or anything like that. I just didn't want to spend time messing about setting the wheel up. Oops, when the game went live a few hours ago, I just desperate to get it installed and get it up and running. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to get the wheel set up tomorrow. There we go. So we're right at the start of the day. I think the top right tells you how many hours you've got left to go or something, I'm not sure. Big Delta is the next discovery. We'll probably get a frame drop or two with this rain coming down. Need to watch the speed limit. Hang on a minute. Yeah, we're going too fast. Now I might try putting the wipers on now because it's getting a bit... yeah, that's better. Well, certainly crawling at 15 miles an hour isn't going to get you very far. Now this message is up on the screen for the simple reason it will stay there until I do save the game. It's like a tutorial. It wants you to save the game so that you know what you're doing, but I'll get a rough idea what I'm doing if I use the logbook. The logbook's lying in the seat there, and if I use the logbook I can save the game. But that's only if I want to quit and restart again tomorrow, but I don't want to do that. I want to do this tonight. I want to complete the job. This guy is trying my patience. Right, I'm getting past him, he's annoying me. I'm taking a big risk, but I can't be sat behind him for another 10 miles. There we go, we're up to 55 now. Let's have a quick look at the map. Now we are there, and I don't want to do that. Let's get rid of that. Set default zoom, default waypoint. Now, it's not Coldfoot, it's Fairbanks I was talking about. So we're approaching Fairbanks. It's still a wee bit away yet, but that's Fairbanks there. So from there, once we leave Fairbanks, we should then be joining the Dalton Highway, and we'll look out for the delineators I was talking about that they forgot to put in, but they did at the last minute. Right, let's go. Another parking place. So there's plenty of places to pull over and have a kip. Now what you've got to remember is, if you're looking at the game and you're thinking it's meant to be 1:32 in the morning and it's not dark, well, you have to remember how far north Alaska is, and at this time of the year, which we are coming into summer, they've got almost 24 hours daylight up that area of the world, so it doesn't really get totally dark at that time of year. So that's why the game isn't in pitch blackness. So if ever you're wondering why it's not really dark because it's the middle of the night, you only have to look at the red arrow at the top of the screen on the left hand side, and that shows you where you are in terms of the seasons of the year. Oh, good evening to Spud Boy. Well, again, for the benefit of the latecomers, this is my third job since the game got released today, under my profile of Crash Barrier. That's the name I give to all my drivers in any driving or racing game I've ever had for about 25 years. So this driver is on his third job, and oops, I'm too busy looking at the chat, and we are heading up to Prudhoe Bay, right up north, as far north as you can go on the map, and all we're delivering is parcels. So we're down to the 25 mph speed limit again, so we need to be careful, we don't want another fine. And it's very early morning. Very early morning. Yeah, I've got it working, and the thing is, you know the problems I've had with my PC. Well, I did 2 test live streams earlier today on VP4. They went fine, and the reason they went fine might be something to do with the software that I'm using. I'm now in a dilemma as to what the main cause of my PC restarting was. And remember, I also said that every time it was restarting right at the, a few weeks ago, I was checking the event viewer, and there was nothing in the log as to any issue. And I'm just beginning to wonder. Now, bear in mind that the PC could just restart right now, but I'm beginning to wonder whether it might be my XSplit Gamecaster that's causing it, because now I've discovered Moose Creek, because now I'm using Marillus Action, which is a live streaming software that I've had for about, I don't know, 15 years, and it seems to be running fine. It streams fine. It's never been a problem with streaming. I've only generally used it to record and then upload a video. But I'm wondering if the change of software might be helping here. That remains to be seen. We will reserve judgment on that until we've done a good number of streams. Now, obviously, my intention now is to live stream the straight pool final at the weekend. And that's going to be the big test, because that's going to be at least probably 3 hours. So we'll see how it goes. We've now discovered North Pole. Well, it's not the real North Pole. There's a place in Alaska called North Pole, and this is it. Let me just pause that to read that. Stubb was chatting away last night saying the black ball pool will be. Oh, he's talking bullshit. I mean, he does that in every tournament. That's why I love his enthusiasm and his positivity, because someday it's going to work out for him. But I think the problem is, as long as players like Albinario, don't forget, in the last Blackpool World Championship, Zangetsu got him, I think, in the second round match, and put him to the one-loss side, and that was Zangetsu, a player we'd never heard of. So, give him his. Now that might be, is the rain stopped or is it still raining? Because as soon as you hear the windscreen wipers screeching and skidding, you need to switch them off, because you'll wear out your windscreen wipers. Now this guy can't make up his mind whether he wants to stay in this lane or just go down and follow the yellow lines in the middle of the bloody road. Right, I'm going to switch the wipers off and see what happens. I'll wait till I get to a straight, but here we are in Fairbanks now. So from Fairbanks, well, once we go through Fairbanks, we should then be looking to join the Dalton Highway. And we'll see the gas pipeline or the oil pipeline on the right hand side of the road as we head north. Now we're turning right here. Let me just switch these wipers off, hang on. If I can get my little eyeball thing to work. There we go. Right, so we're at a red light, right turn, and off we go. As soon as they change, I'll go to third person for this. Yeah, the road's still wet, but the rain stopped. And it's a misty early morning. And, you know, provided I get the steering wheel hooked up tomorrow and everything goes okay that way, then you'll notice a huge difference in the driving. It'll be much, much smoother. That's why driving games, you must have a steering wheel. Simple as that. Now, are we on the... Let me have a look. Aye, we are on the right side of the road here. I think Steve likes him too much to permanently mute him. I mean, he has a laugh, and you know, he doesn't go in and abuse people in rooms. He only comes out with all the bullshit when he does something daft or when they do something that bugs him. I think we would miss him if we didn't have him around. He's a bit like an old dog. You know, you just have it sitting there at the fire under your feet. Throw a stick for it now and again. Yeah, you see how jerky the movements are with the steering wheel when you're using the controller. It's quite ugly. No, I don't know his age, but he's definitely probably mid-30s, I'm guessing. Uh-oh, that was a bit of lag there. Well, the game will get updates and patches for optimisation, no doubt, and for a fair number of bugs that will be discovered over the coming weeks. That's always the case with computer games once they're released. Right, how far have we got? We've got 527 miles to go yet. Now let me just have a quick look here. Hang on a minute. Let me have a quick look. Hold on, I'm just going to jump out in front of the traffic. Right, let's go over here and have a look. Right, so we're definitely not on the Dalton Highway yet. I think you get a message when you do. I'm just anticipating getting on it, but we can't be far off it. I'm getting to the passenger side. And when you get into the passenger side, you jump across to the driver's seat. Well, the other thing about Stubb is he's one of these guys where there's a lot of people like that online who don't want to give away any sort of information. Especially with the fraudsters been out there, you know, hijack your ID and all of that stuff. A lot of people don't want to give away any information, whether it be where they live, what their date of birth is, or how old they are. Whereas I don't give a shit at the end of the day. But there are a lot of people who just keep they keep everything to themselves, which, you know, it isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad discipline to have, especially when you're online, and especially when you're in a gaming lobby. Get the brakes on. Now, of course, in the real Dalton Highway from Fairbanks up to Prudhoe Bay, it takes probably about 17 hours or something to do that. especially in the winter months. So this game will go through the seasons of the year as you keep progressing, and you'll get through the summer and you'll end up going into autumn and then right through the winter. Stubbs definitely got a virus in his PC. What makes you say that? I got him to, well, I said I got him, I told him to install malware bytes a while back to give it a good clean out, and he said he did it. Is he saying he's having problems? In fact, he's telling me that he's just bought a new laptop. Right, bottom right hand side below the speedometer on the screen, right in the middle you'll see a fuel level gauge. That's about 2/3 full since I filled the tank there. And of course the other symbol on the right hand side is the full beam headlights. There's a pipeline now on the right hand side, you'll notice. And now we're at 4 AM in the morning. It looks as if it's going to be a nice day. We've got roadworks. Well, I watched a bit of Zangetsu last night. He was pretty shit, in all honesty. I don't know that he was trying too hard, but he was doing some numpty stuff when I watched him. But I think in one respect he certainly puts a. I mean, in that tournament last year, he put a good game face on when it came to it. When he came up against Stubb, he certainly played a lot better in that than what I seen him last night. I think he was only messing about, really. He wasn't doing an awful lot of thinking over his shots. So I should get, well, I won't get $16,000 for this. They'll dock money off me for damage to the goods. As long as I get a reasonable amount, I'll be quite happy. The only problem though is that I'll be stuck up in Prudhoe Bay, and I'm going to be 1,000 miles from my my depot, which is a lot further south. So I don't want the truck to have any problems while I'm going up here, because it will cost you more money. And I haven't done any update to my depot, of course, because I haven't got enough money to do it yet. And I don't want to take out a bank loan. Well, this is beginning to annoy me. Let's get by these two. This is Tweedledum and Tweedledee in front of me. I've got no time for this carry on. We'll never get there at this rate. Right, that's better. We're in a 55 mile an hour bloody speed limit area, and these guys are crawling. And that's me now just getting up to about 50 mile an hour. That's better. Let's get motoring here. We'll actually make some mileage now. Oh shit, here's another one. Of course, what they want you to do is to overtake them and then crash. Now, did that sign say cold foot there? I think it did. I think it did say cold foot. I'm still going to take the bait. I'm still going to overtake this guy. Because it's not as if the traffic's absolutely heaving on this road. It's mostly just trucks that use the Dalton. And it was only ever built for trucks. And if it wasn't for the oil industry, there would never have been a road going north. There's nothing to go up there to see. Oh, that looks spectacular, doesn't it? Look at that. Better get the anchors on here. And don't forget not to cut off the corners here, because you could end up damaging the trailer by cutting somebody up as you turn around one of the tight bends. So 373 miles still to go. We're in a 55 mile an hour time zone, and again we're stuck behind slow coach. And that's another thing in real life that the truck drivers don't want. They don't want bloody tourists on this road, because the drivers put the foot to the floor and they want to get from A to B, but then they get stuck behind some bloody tourist in a 4x4, and they're too busy looking at the scenery and not paying attention to the road. Now I've had this truck going downhill, because they start you off with just a basic truck, and that's what I've got right now. I've had it going flat out downhill, and it won't go any faster than 60 miles an hour, which clearly means that when you're upgrading and buying new trucks, you'll get better trucks with better engines in them than this old tub. But it's good enough for the job, as long as these people get out my way. Oh, look at that sky, that's gorgeous. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's morning as they say. Let's see if we can get past him. Yeah, bloody locals, you can't be doing with getting stuck behind them, Slim. They just ruin your day. Good evening. Well, this isn't Virtual Pool 4, but I've got good news. I'm using Mirrorless Action, and I have been for the last day or two, instead of XSplit Gamecaster. The good news is I did 2 live streams earlier today in VP4, both of them went fine. Touch wood, fingers crossed, lucky white heather, rabbit's foot, everything that you want to do. I have been streaming for the last hour or so, or maybe around about an hour, and on my Alaskan truck drivers game that I got today. There's the pipeline again, big pipeline, and we're heading as far north as we can go up to Prudhoe Bay, and we haven't had a power outage in the PC yet. So it might have been XSplit Gamecaster. Well, I don't know yet, Slim. That's why I want to use Mirrorless Action. Look at this guy, he's at it again. He's right in the middle of the bloody road. Where's my horn? Hang on a minute. Wait till I get my horn working. Where's the camera? Get him to bloody screw his head on here. Well, it's 5:44 in the morning. Well, if this is us on the Dalton Highway yet, then I don't see any delineators. Am I just blind and I can't see them? They said they put them in. I wonder if I've had that update. I wonder if I quit the game and it'll download an update. Maybe that's what it's still to do. Does it look okay? Apart from the little laggy bits in the game. The volume should be good because I've got the engine turned down because the engine was too loud when I did that beta pre-release test. I didn't have the volumes adjusted, so I've turned the in-game volume down quite a bit. So the engine will be there, but it won't be overpowering the chat. I do love the sky in this game. I do love the mornings, the mistiness, and this is why I can't wait to get to winter. I can't wait till we get round to that time. $277 miles to go. There's one main thing that still annoys me, and that is that GPS on the bottom left hand screen. That is awful. The GPS route is a very, very poor contrast, and it also, when you get near your location, it totally disappears. So for example, once I get to Prudhoe Bay and it gets close to where my drop off point, it completely disappears and you still aren't there. You're looking around to find out where the hell it is you're meant to go. I had to cancel a job earlier on because of that. I could not find the place I was supposed to get to. And there was nobody to ask because they seem to have omitted pedestrians. I haven't seen any so far. Maybe all the wolves have got them. All the wolves and the big Kodiak bears, big brown bears, big grizzlies. Right, so we're down to 15 miles an hour again. I better get the brake on because I'll get fined. Now, my last video that I did last night for this game makes interesting reading because the developers had done they have done a roadmap about what they intend to do. We're going to have the ice roads in the map. We're going to have a different game mode, which is a lot more challenging. That's all to come in the coming months, or that's proposed to happen. But you know what happens with games: things get delayed, bugs need to get fixed. Well, we're getting the odd little glitch. Well, here we go. We're still at 15 miles an hour. This speed limit. Now you can't just accelerate downhill to overtake this guy because I'll get another fine. Now the 15 mile an hour's disappeared now, so I'm going to do it now. Well, there's two of them. Well, there's a third. Right, we should be okay to go now. I think these guys are still stuck in 15 mile an hour mode because on the little mini map on the left hand side it shows you it pops up and tells you what the speed limit is that you're entering. So because there's nothing there, the speed limit now is 55 until it tells you otherwise. Well, I've got an awful feeling that I've still got to get an update for this game because I don't see delineators. And there's no way that when we're 200 miles from Prudhoe Bay that that we don't already have delineators in the road, unless they've only done it for a short distance, because all of this part of this route here should have delineators either side of the road, so that you know where the road is when a blizzard sets in and the road's thick with snow. And I still don't see any. I've got my headlights on full beam, so you'd expect them to be reflecting off them, but I do not see a single one yet. I'm kind of thinking that once I finish this trip, that'll be me for the night. That possibly my game still needs to have an update, because the guy I was watching earlier on this afternoon, that's exactly what happened to him. His game actually crashed, and so he had to Control Alt Delete, and then when he restarted Steam, it told him he had a 31 gigabyte download, which was a big download. So, well, now we're on the dirt part of the road. Let's get past this guy. I see plenty of sort of tree stumps, but I don't see delineators. Oh, well, I'll be giving it a good go. I've been waiting long enough. I've had my eye on this game for an awful long time. As I was with Kartcraft, I had been watching it for more than 7 years, until eventually, out of the blue, after hearing nothing from the developers for months and months and months on end, it suddenly went on to early access on Steam. And it's still nowhere near a finished game, because it's still not got multiplayer in it. Proper multiplayer where you're all in the one lobby and you're all racing together. Right, I'm a risk taker. And you can see we've got a bit of residual ice and snow patches on the grass. Well, we're almost doing the speed limit for the road here. That's about as fast as this old truck will go. Now, how's the fuel doing? We've still got more than half a tank left. Right, let's get past him. That's us going flat out, by the way. See, I'm an old hand at this trucking game. You don't get stuck behind numpties in the road. There was a lag there. There's the sun over behind the hill there on the right hand side. Yeah, I've got to think I must have to have an update, because there's still no sign of any delineators, the poles at the side of the road. So I'm pretty certain my game is out of date, and my gut is out of date as well. It's needing filling. My stomach is rumbling again. And you'll notice that the trees have thinned out. We're now we've got the pipeline on the left hand side of the road, and it's now more a sort of Arctic tundra. Once you get this far north in Alaska, it's nothing but permafrost. How far have we got now? We've only got 114 miles to go, so we didn't go over any Attigan Pass because they haven't put it in the game, which is another numpty mistake that they made. Let's get past these guys. I want to get this finished. Another bit of a lag there. Now, if there's a parking place up ahead, we will pull in. I don't know whether there is any, but we'll pull in and get something to eat. That's me, foot to the floor. See how the land is now levelled out. This is the area that I think they call the North Slope, which just basically leads you down to the Arctic Ocean in Prudhoe Bay. It's all just desolate. Well, the old gut is really playing up here, folks, and I don't see any. Oh, there's the delineators now. Well, they've only done them for the last 100 mile. That's same now. You've now got the markers at the side of the road. Because this is the worst part of the road anyway. Let's see if we can get in here and not knock any of them over. Right, that'll do. So we'll put the handbrake on if I can get my controller down to there. Stick the engine off. Nip into the back. And see what we've got for eating here. Because I am starving. Well, coolant is not going to be very good. Now, where did the mac and cheese go? Did I chuck that out? Let me see. Ah, no, there we are. Instant soup. Aye, where's the mac and cheese gone? Let's have the turkey and gravy for our breakfast. That should fill a hole. Now, I think then I have to... No, wait a minute, I've done the same bloody thing again. Hang on, I'll get the hang of this yet. Let me see. No, it's not that. I'll do it again. I wonder if I have to use the D-pad and go up the way. Wait a minute. That's it. Right, so the turkey and gravy is ready. We will consume that. And, well, that's filled a hole. Let's top it up with some nuts. Yeah, that'll do. That'll see us through to the end of the trip. And we're not going to be that far off needing a rest as well, but we should get there. So we'll get the handbrake off. Switch her on. Go to third person because I don't want to use those mirrors because they're too laggy. Well, look at that landscape there. In fact, now it's telling me I need to sleep. Now, that behind us is where the Attigan Pass should be, and we never came up and over any mountain, did we? No. Right, so next stop, Prudhoe Bay. We have, how far have we got to go? We've only got 49 miles to go. We'll be finished in 5 minutes here. But this will give me my biggest payday yet. Hopefully it's around 15,000. They'll probably dock money off me for one reason or another. But hopefully, more importantly, I can find a bloody place where I can dump this thing. Well, it's looking like a very nice day. Well, I suppose this is what you would call a nice day in Alaska. It isn't raining. Nice fresh, well, a bit of sort of misty high cloud there. Bit of lag there. Oh, that was a big lag. Right, I need to keep an eye on this crappy looking GPS. Well, yeah, he's yawning again. Right, we'll get there in time. We discover Prudhoe Bay. The next stop after this is just the Arctic Ocean. There's nothing else. Right, so now right, so we're going right. Let me get the map up. I don't think the map zooms in far enough, or close enough I should say. Let me get rid of all of those. Now what do I want to... There's nothing really much that I would want to leave on there. Right, let's see if we can find it. Well, the arrow is still pointing ahead, and it should be... Now it's not doing anything right. It's saying turn left. Now, is that turn left up here, or turn left in there? This is where I get confused. And I spent that much time messing about trying to find where I was supposed to go in that previous job. Well, this obviously is where we're meant to go. Right, so this is good. This was simple, he says confidently. And there's the parking place over there. Let's get into third person, that way it makes it easier for me. Uh-oh, don't want to do that. Oh, don't tell me we're stuck against this bloody fence. Oh, not at the very last minute, for Christ's sake, no. Uh-oh. Why can I fail at the last second? Now it doesn't want to go backwards. I wonder if it's the... Surely it's not the diff lock. Oh, come on. Would you believe it? Right, hang on a minute. Let me check the diff lock's not set different or whatever. Where is it? Where the hell's the diff lock? Right, that's on. That's on. Off. Let's try that. Right, that's it on again. On. Off. On. On. Off. Right, let's try it with that. I don't know whether it's going to make a jot of difference. But we seem to have nailed the truck through the fence. Ah, that's better. At least we're moving a bit better. At least it felt like it. No, that's made not a jot of difference. And I'm falling asleep. This is just typical with me with truck games. I can never get them damn well parked. And I ain't calling a tow truck. I'll be here forever more if it takes me a lifetime to get this thing done. Right, let's straighten her up a bit. Try going the other way. All I can do is just go backward and forward. It's not going to come out of there. No, that's all it's doing. Oh, this is a brilliant finish. This is a brilliant way to finish. Sod it. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Hang on. I am going to do that first of all. Do that. Do this. Do, if I can get my camera to work, do that. Half an hour's kip. Maybe that'll help me, I don't know. Ignition, handbrake. Right, there's only one way to fix that. Only one way to fix it. Hang on. We might have to call a tow truck. Yeah, look, the wheel's right through the fence. What a stupid idiot. Oh, here, I'm through the fence. That's a bug. Look at that. That's a bug. Yeah, that is definitely a bug. Look at how the wheel is through the fence. In fact, there's not much tread in the tyres by the look of it. But I've now gone through the fence. And I can't get back through. So there's a bug. Right, let me try putting them down Trailer supports fully retracted. Well, it won't let me. Right, that's what we want to do. Now I'm yawning again after only an hour's skip. Right, let's get that out. Let's, will it let me do that? No, it won't, not until I've released the cables. Right, get that out. Put that back in there. Take that out there. And put that there. Right, now what we need to do is get in the damn truck. Fully connect. Oh, I forgot to take the thing off, didn't I? That's what I forgot to do. And all my excitement. There we go. Right, so that's that unlocked. Let's get in. And put the ignition on. Here's the thing. Handbrake off. Right. I can't even get out without the trailer. I'm seeing if I can try and push the trailer away, but it won't let me do it. Now hang on, is that any better? Let's see if we can get outside. Where are we? Are we still stuck in the fence? Yeah, we're just skidding. Yeah, it's got us wedged into the fence and it won't. The collision point, it won't let us release from it. That's the problem. And if I turn the wheel, see, we're just sliding. You notice that? That's. I think everybody's got bored and left anyway. This is just monotonous. What's happening here? I'm not going to get my 16 grand. Right. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to hook it up. Ah, shit. What an embarrassment this for the first bloody job. Where are we? Well, not the first one, but the first one I've live streamed. Just bloody typical. In fact, I'm not even in a position to connect the truck up because I'm not green either. Now, hang on. Right, we're green. We are green to go. Put that off. Put that off. We can find the ignition. Where the hell is it? There it is. And then what we're going to have to do is use the CB, tow the truck back to the road. Oh, tell you. Oh, yeah, what the hell's happened here? That's definitely bugged. Tow the truck. Look at that for a bug. What about that for a bug? That is brilliant. You cannot beat that for a bug and a half. Is anybody watching this? I am not going to get anything from this bloody job. That's just incredible. Oh, it could only happen to me. Ah, there, now it's gone pear-shaped doing that. The trailer's still there. We didn't get towed to the road. Oh, that's brilliant. Now what the hell do I do? Well, I will exit the game to main menu and see if it resets itself. Have you seen this? Did you see that bug there called this pillow? That's just incredible. Was you paying attention? Now I'm trying to load the game. I'm just hoping it actually loads it and I'm actually back to normal. It might be wrecked though. It could well be wrecked the game with that bug. The truck. I called the assistance to put me back in the road. It left the trailer sitting where it was and my truck was hanging in mid-air. No wonder my heart was beating. Yeah, I think the game's broken. I think that bug there has crashed it and the save is corrupt. That's why it's thinking and thinking and thinking and it's doing nothing. It should have loaded it by now. And the only good thing about all of this, there's only one good thing about this stream, and that is I've been streaming for an hour and a half and nothing's happened. The PC stayed on and the game will not load. Well, I'm going to have to give them a timestamp and let them watch this in what do you call it, Discord. I'm going to get them to have a look at this because I've got obviously the thing recorded up to that point, but the game looks wrecked here. It's not doing anything and I may well have to kill it and call it a night, folks. Well, nothing ever goes smooth with me. If you've ever watched me on Euro Truck or American Truck, I always have a disaster. I will have a disaster one way or another. Yeah, this came out today, and of course it's always going to have bugs in it. And I found a whopper right at the last kick. Just as I was rubbing my hands together, thinking I've got 16 grand coming to me, I drive into a fence and I get stuck. I call the recovery. They leave the trailer lie there. They hang me in mid-air and say, well, that's your lot, and now the save is corrupt. Oh dear. Right, well, thanks for watching, guys. We ain't going to hang about waiting on this doing anything because it ain't going to do anything. It is just ticking over, trying to load the save. It won't do it because it's broken. So we will bid you good night, and hopefully tomorrow, on my last day off before I go back to work, I'm going to hook the wheel up and have a go with it with the wheel, because I can guarantee that if the wheel is recognised and it sets up good, that the driving of the truck will be a much simpler affair and a lot smoother. It won't be jerky on the steering wheel. So take care, and we will see you again soon, folks. I'm just going to do the old Control Alt Delete and kill the game, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow.